look at this because you put a question in there about the Mando too. Hold on, you said every
yeah.
episode after Mando decided to keep the child involved, Mando on some sort of mission.
So the way I'm asking it is after like the first couple episodes when he decided like the mission was like he had his first initial mission. I could bring you warm and get you in cold. Then he got the mission to go get the child so he could deliver it to the Empire. But then he decided to keep the child. The thing was about getting the child back, right? Once he got the child back, and that was his foundling, then every episode, even though he was trying to get him to his own kind, had a mission involved, right?
That's right.
He had to go do that. There's always another mission.
So let's do it like this. Because he had two overarching missions for season 1 and season 2. Season 1 was Season 1
basically
was
keep the child away from the Empire.
Yeah, he was trying to keep the child from being taken by the Empire. He had given up everything, including the guild or the Bounty Hunters Guild. He had pretty much turned his back on them.
He gave the guild up.
Yeah, just to protect the child. So his whole goal was to get the child as far away from the Empire as possible. So he was going all these little back water planets and all this.
When he went to that one, when they went to that one planet, and you know they took out the AT-ATs, and then he went to another planet. And then he had another and trying to do that, and keeping the child away from the Empire.
And then he goes to the armorer, and the armorer tells him like, "Nah, you got to take him back to his people."
Yes. So that became season 2.
So that carries over to season 2.
Yeah, that became the season 2 one.
Yeah. He was
even though he had to do that in season 1, but it was basically protecting the child away from the thing. But in each episode there was but then each episode he had a mission.
Yeah.
In each episode he had a mission.
Yeah.
Then we get to season 2. Now his whole thing is I got to get this child to his own kind. And in between that, Cobb Vanth, he got a mission with them. He got a mission back on
what made him
Carl Weathers and them.
All right. What brought him to I'm sorry, man. What brought him to Los was it Mos Peco? What was it called?
Because he was because they told him about there was a Mandalorian.
He needed I know that.
Mandalorian
he needed
help.
He was trying to get the Mando help.
And dude had Boba armor. He said, I know one in Freetown, but he said whatever called it most power goes.
Because it all connects, right? Because he needed he wanted to know, old girl, the mechanic chick told him, hey. It was
both about Mandalorian, so it was like
dude told him, hey, it's a Mandalorian in this town. He goes to the town, he finds the armor. It's not a Mandalorian, though. It's just Cobb Vanth wearing a Mandalorian armor. Then he goes to the mechanic chick, right? She no, you can find
going to get the thing fixed. But the little frog girl, he was going to get the
frog girl was telling him about
going to get the razor.
Oh, she knew that was a Mandalorian because it's all about him looking for Mandalorians, right?
He's looking for Mandalorians that can help him.
So she tell him on the planet, if you take me to the planet, I can show you where it's Mandalorians here. He meet 3 of them. They save him after he get betrayed, and they try to the calamari.
Malcal.
Yeah, the Mon.
No, that was the calamari. Yeah, well, it was a Moncal. It wasn't a Moncal. But the first thing we see is a Moncal, but it was the calamari people. Yeah.
Yeah. They tried to steal his armor.
Get him on. Steal his armor on that boat. Beautiful. I can watch that shit all day.
All day.
God damn.
So they.
Woo, I just got hyped. My bad, man. My bad.
We'll keep the spark, but they that's where he meet the 3 Mandalorians, Bo-Katan crew. They save him. He on a mission. Immediately.
They got a mission.
It was because the shit is basically
I can take you to your own con, but you got to help me.
They wrote it like it was a video game. Seriously, it was not. It would be a perfect video game, because you basically just start playing a mission. All right, so they all right, we'll help you, but you got to help us kidnap or steal this ship. Okay, he cool, boom, right? Because that's how they end up. They got to take the ship.
Yeah,
right?
we gonna get these weapons.
But what did they promise him though? What
they promised him that they was gonna get him to a Jedi. I could take him to one of his own comics.
There we go. Now, because again, it's all about him trying to get to a Jedi.
Get to
like, hey, it's a Jedi. I know what a Jedi is. I'll tell you.
And before you go, the reason why we knew he needed to go was with a Jedi because the armorer knew. I think he might it's something about he brought up the Force or something, but she knew that he was a Jedi or his con was a Jedi.
Yeah, he didn't know what a Jedi was. She's like, I've heard of him before because he used the Force. You know, he stopped the I forgot the name of the animal. You know, but the horn or whatever.
Yeah, but that's how he knew he needed to get to a Jedi because the armorer told him that.
Because he couldn't even explain what happened. He's like, what happened? I don't know. You know, so this all go back to he need to get him back to his people. All right. But for him to get to his people, he needed help of the help of Mandalorian. So
and then it was that episode between. So then I think that was like chapter 12 when he ran up on Bo, and then there was an episode in between because 14 is the Jedi with Ahsoka. I know them things in my head, but there was one in between. He needed to get to her, but he had another mission after he ran up on Bo. When he went, that's when he went back. That's when he went. So, because the Razor Crest fell into the water, right? So the Malcal fixed the Razor Crest, but in a janky way. So he had to go back to where Cara Dune and them was at, and my man Carl Weathers. What's that planet called? I keep calling her Cara Dune. What's her name on the show? She got the dope ass name on the show.
Who? Gina Carano?
She Cara Dune on the show, right? Okay, yeah.
And Krieger. What's his name? Krieger.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, something. Krieger.
And he dope in there, but they went back to that. That's when they had to go. When he goes back and he got to get he going to get the Razor Crest fixed. Navarro. He go back to Navarro, get the Razor Crest fixed.
Out there, yeah. So one is a singer. Yes, dude in the band named Dave Navarro. But Navarro. So
get the Razor Crest fixed, but then they need to go. Hey, why you got time, don't you? Right? He was like,
he on a mission.
Fixed. He said, you got
video
time,
game,
don't you?
Bro.
So then he has to go to. They go to that old weapons facility
just to shut down an Empire facility that's still up and running. He shut that down,
and you get that information from that Moff Gideon still. He's dead, but they was like they saw the doctor shit, and then that mission he saw about that, but ultimately it was the mission to shut that down. They shut it down. Razor Crest shoot everybody out the sky. Dope ass scene when he go all the way up in the air, stop his thrusters and come back and just knock out that last TIE fighter.
All right, so here we go. Dope ass scene. So we established, you're right, he's on a mission for every episode. Your question is, is this going to continue in season 3? So my thing was, okay, to answer that, what's going to be his overarching like 2 missions, right? Because it's always like 1A, 1B almost. Like 1A being, I got to find the Mandalorian. B being, in order to get the kid back to his people. What is his goal in season 3? What do you think? Because
that's what I was
trying. It doesn't even involve the child. I mean, we know he always want to protect the child. Seeing that the child chose the armor over the Jedi, over the lightsaber, the child is now like becoming a full-blown Mandalorian now, right?
Child is
he's a foundling, right? So he training him in the ways of the Mandalorian, right? But we know what does he have to do first? He has to redeem himself by going to Mandalore and purifying himself in the waters of Mandalore, right?
Yeah.
So how many episodes is that gonna last? You know what I mean? Like you said, he's gonna be on a mission. How long is it gonna take? Because it's like a video game. They don't just give you the final mission up front.
No,
they don't even give you like the midway point mission up front. Nah, you gotta do little missions to solve this big objective. So I think to answer your question, I would say yes. And I would say, it's gonna start off maybe like them first 3 to 4 episodes. It's just him trying to like get info on how to even get into Mandalore. Because I would assume that it's under some type of protection. I mean, look at that. Look at that, bro. Damn, that ship right there. That's a Mandalorian ship, right? Right?
Yeah, that's the Mandalorian ship.
That looked like
I never even noticed that when
that's a Mandalorian ship. You recognize that from Rebels, from
Clone Wars. especially from Clone Wars.
Yeah, that's more Clone Wars than it is Rebels. Wow, you don't got all the colors like it did in Rebels, right?
Nope.
Because Rebels had like that.
It was Rebels way more, and we gonna get into that. I want to talk about that and watching and why, and we go. That's a whole nother conversation, but I can tell the difference, right? And I can see now where people said, but people were like, when you hear people say, "Hey, man, Rebels was too kiddie," and I get it, especially, and it definitely was.
You saying watching Clone Wars now?
But watching Clone Wars, it's a way more kiddie. They have a couple standout episodes, but just overall, it's a way more kiddie show than Clone Wars is.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Just even the premise of it off the top is, but like when you watch Clone Wars, you're like, no, this could literally not be it's a cartoon. It could literally be what we watching like Mandalorian.
No, it's supposed to be like a documentary. Like it's almost like old timey like newsreel type shit. You see how it come on like it's General Solo, isn't it? Like the dude. It's like a
the narrator guy.
It's like some World War II
community is. Yeah, he always come off with his right.
This is dope because that's almost like the scroll. That's almost like the opening crawl. Like somebody. That's how that's. But
that's I didn't even think about that. And then we're about to go back, but like. I told you I had like, what? I'm about to jump to the end because I want to see. I saw something that like, what? Let me go ahead and just watch the end. I know what's gonna happen. What I want to see. And one of the things that I got out of watching the end was one, is see the advancement in because it got even the animation got better. From the beginning to at that point. Like that animation is impeccable. It's unbelievable. But then when it helped me. You know what it helped me get when I watched the end, and I was okay a little bit because of Rebels did this. It allowed me to when I see Ahsoka Tano. Rosario Dawson's version of it, I'm like, okay, I correlates because when I watched the earlier one, watching Snips, it's tough to watch Snips, right? It's like watching Anakin in Clone Wars movie, right? It's like, this is tough, right?
Snips, but her things was shorter.
Yeah,
that's a tough.
That's tough,
bro. Woo! Yeah, I ain't like Snips, bro.
Young Snips.
I had to be, bro. I don't know if I started liking Ahsoka until like towards the end in like Rebels, bro. Like where I was like, all right, I appreciate her more because
when I saw her, when she was Snips, I'm just watching when she lost her lightsaber, like when she lost it got stolen from her, like. Ooh, it's tough to watch Snips, man. Like, how many of these can I skip? Because this is Snips tough, man. Oh, man. And it didn't correlate to what I, but the Rebels, like the last episode, when she
come a long way, bro.
Then it made that Jedi episode better when she was training the entire time. And then you saw at the end when he walked her out. I'm like, I don't got anything to correlate that to. So when I watch the thing and I see him walk her out, when I see Rex, I'm like, oh, okay, that go together. And then all that training she was having. Then when she got busy at the end of Clone Wars, the end of that, like I say, but just seeing her, but that's a long-winded way of saying it made it. I get it because this early Snips, godly is tough. Godly is tough.
Oh man,
because like you say, she was much older in Rebels, and she wasn't like this one. But this is like you say, this is the Clone Wars, and Rebels would have been at least 15 to.
Sometime
about 15, 16 years after this, right? Like even after what I'm seeing in the early seasons of Clone Wars. I say all that to say, watching Clone Wars is like you say, it's like the Mandalorian and all that is like the live action realization of that kind of stuff, right? And then they use that in some of the episodes, even what we deem Clone Wars 2.0, not Mandalorian 2.5. But back to Mandalorian. Yeah, because that's what I was trying to think. That's why I raised the question. I don't have the answer. Like, as I was trying to, like, I don't even have a tangible way of trying to, like, what would we knew? Like, you make a great point. He always had two he had the overarching thing, but in trying to get to that, the side missions always came up. He had to go realistically, he had to do all that to get information. Like, I need to, like you say, a video game. I got to pass that to get the information so I can move to the next. I got to acquire certain skill, certain thing so that
literally he got upgrades and everything.
Yeah, he got to do all that.
I got the rocket launcher now,
Yeah, so exactly. Everything first mission, I got Beskar. Next mission, I got this. You know, third mission, I got the rocket launcher.
Yeah.
I got the whistling birds. Like everything happened, and you know, then I already got information that would lead me to a Jedi. I know, you know how it is. It lets me know what planet to go to next. Like he, you know where we have to go if he didn't get that information. So that's a great way to put it. So he got to get the Mandalore, right? That a place that his cult don't even believe in, and that's kind of like not believing, but believe is like legit operational right now, right? Like it's cursed. To him, it's cursed, and it's like, man, was they lying to me this entire time? Like, I believe he's gonna, it's easy to say. I know they're gonna have. I believe this, and I believe this that we're gonna get to. Ultimately, what's gonna happen during the seasons? We're gonna ultimately get to a Mandalorian civil war again, right? Where they're gonna realize. I think there's gonna be a realization that, and I'm gonna read what I got some notes. I was like, I think the season will turn into a Mandalorian civil war, like a reemergence of like the Death Watch. We're going to learn that there were way more Mandalorians around than we thought. Mando might have to pick a side, and he might have to pick Bowles, even though she wants a Darksaber smoke. Although also the other side Mandalorians may be closer to the religious zealot umbrella that he was raised in, that he don't know it was that. Because Bo tried to tell him.
Yeah, your people are zealots.
Your people are that.
Yeah.
Right. Your people are that. They're the reason we had the Mandalorian Civil War. They're the reason we had this. And I think she even says it in the trailer. Right. I think she even says in the trailer when she's right here. So but I'm trying to think of what would be his missions beyond just trying to get the Mandalorian and being able to get under that. Like they're gonna scrap, it's gonna be different things, but I still think the missions are always beneficial to whatever point he's trying to get to. And maybe those missions will get him to knowing the other Mandalorians, right? So like he may have to go to another planet because he know there are other Mandalorians there, or he may need to go to such and such because he know, hell, we don't even know if Den know where Mandalore is.
Man, damn, man. I think you're right.
Go ahead, my bad. I might have cut you off.
No. You brought up a great point. I think he absolutely do meet up with Mandalorian. And go back to the picture again with him standing with the other two Mandalorians. Now, because now that I look, that armor is colorful as hell, right? Bro, these look like so. This actually okay. I'll take it back.
You know, I got a theory about this.
These look like the Mandalorians closer to the Rebels, right?
I'm about to tell you right now. I think this is where she makes an interest in the show.
I agree. I was going to that's where I was.
I think that's her. I think that's the what were they called?
They were
the house something. I just had it up. It was it's house something.
House Wren. Because I know she should bring.
I think it's the House Wren. They were under the Vizslas. Like the Vizslas had them under their thumb.
Yeah, it said Clan Wren.
Clan Wren. What did I say? House. My bad.
Yeah, she's in Clan Wren. But yeah, they were under the Vizslas though. She was at one point with House Vizsla. Not Clan Wren.
Yeah, Clan Wren under House Vizsla, under the thumb. And they like you say, they did show up in a couple episodes of when she went back to Mandalore. You know, she had the saber.
She got lightsaber.
She'd have given it. Like
she's not force sensitive, but
no. But she had the and then that's with Kanan. I told you that was a great episode. I almost had it in my top 5 episodes when we did the episode ranking. When she got that training from him. And then she had to deal with the drama she had with her family. I say all that to say, I think if his missions, and that's make a great, you actually, the correlation, you have to find out where the easy correlation, right? You don't have to make it like, oh, he has to go. It's like, oh no, he has a mission, and his mission is Mandalore. He ain't even worried about ruling it. Like it might be on some like Jon Snow kind of stuff like that. And this ain't nothing. I don't care about that stuff. Right? I got the saber. Literally, I can go into go into these waters, come back, and I rule Mandalore. Right? And I'm only doing that because the armorer told me I'm not really a Mandalorian. I could literally probably still walk back and everybody know I'm the Mandalorian. Right? This is the creed that I'm under. what did they call them? Because they wasn't Death Watchers who saved them, right?
Yeah, Death Watch who saved him. Yeah,
Death Watch saved him. So I think his team is Death Watch, right?
Technically, yeah.
And then Bo-Katan and them, and I'm going way left field. You know, I could be wrong. When they like, I don't say House Creeds, but like, were they under was it Knife Watch or Night?
So I think she's Death. She was Death Watch, right?
So which was led by Bo. So like, oh, okay. Her sister wasn't Death Watch, but looks like she became Death Game because it separated and she led the Death Watch separated. No, you're absolutely right. My bad, yo. Bo-Katan Kryze was a Mandalorian human female born into House Kryze. Over her life, she became a lieutenant in the Death Watch terrorist group. But she got Death Watch in her blood.
And she told that boy, Boba, you are a clone.
Don't you mean your donor? I heard your voice 1,000 times. I did have that note in there too, because like if I only watched Rebels and I didn't really pay attention to when Bo showed up, and even if I got caught in the hype of like the ending, the last one where they had to save Grogu and Luke showed up, and I ain't really like go back and pay attention to Bo. I mean, Bo not a teammate. She got what she know what she want.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that she showed conflict. Even when she said that shit when they were like, Maul is mine. Like we here, but hey man, don't forget Maul mine, because I got to get that dark saber.
Gideon, yeah.
Gideon is mine.
Off Gideon is mine. She's like, I don't care how you get him, just make sure he surrenders to me. It's like, but she kind of just like she sits there on the ship and just like she's just waiting. It's like, man, you gotta go find this guy.
You gotta go find him. Even in the episode that she was in, like her main episode, when she was like, when Mando was like, when they were like, hey, we gotta go get these guns, we gotta overtake the ship. When they was already on the ship, they got it, and then she was like, we gotta overtake it, get all this. And Mando was like, you altering the terms of the deal. And then she was like, this is the way, smug as hell. Like, okay. Yeah, okay. That's who we about to get in this next season.
Bro. She's a shark, bro. She's out for herself. You gotta remember, man, this is not a hero, bro. This is a villain. You know what I mean?
She's Death Watch.
She's Death Watch, bro. Like but I mean, her mission is always to restore Mandalore, right? Like she wants to save Mandalore. She wants to beat him, the Mandalore.
Yeah, she want to rule that. That's her.
She want to rule Mandalore. Yeah, that's her birthright. She feel like so.
Because ultimately, to do this, she's gonna have to go against Din. But we're gonna get there, and at some point in time that leads to that.